In this slide, we are going to study about gas turbines. A gas turbine is a machine delivering mechanical power or thrust using a gaseous working fluid. The mechanical power generated can be used by an industrial device. The outgoing gaseous fluid can be used to generate thrust. In the gas turbine, there is a continuous flow in fluid. For a gas turbine, the efficiency is around 20 to 30%, whereas that of a steam power plant is around 38 to 48%. And if we are looking to the applications of a gas turbine, the applications are it's used in aviation and power generation, oil and gas industry, and marine propulsion. Moving to the working principle of a gas turbine. First of all, air is compressed to a high pressure by a compressor. Then fuel and compressed air are mixed in a combustion chamber and it is ignited. The hot gases are then escaped and it spins the turbine wheels. The hot gases are given to the turbine wheels and it will give work output. Now the gas turbines burns fuel such as oil, natural gas and pulverized coal. You can see the intake here. Then atmospheric air will be taken into the gas turbine using this path. Then it is compressed to a high pressure. Then in the combustion chamber, fuel is injected and ignited. Then hot gases are coming out and it will rotate the turbine and it get escape from this point, exhaust. The main parts of the gas turbine are air compressor, combustion chamber and a turbine. Now moving to classification of gas turbines. It is mainly classified into two, that is constant pressure combustion gas turbine and constant volume combustion gas turbine. The constant pressure type gas turbine is subdivided into two again, open cycle constant pressure gas turbine and closed cycle constant pressure gas turbine. Now these are the advantages of gas turbine power plants. The main advantages are listed here. These are the disadvantages. One of the main disadvantages of a gas turbine power plant is that the major power developed by the gas turbine is used to drive the compressor. Therefore, it will have a low thermal efficiency. Now, coming to the running speed of the gas turbine, it will be in the range of 40,000 to 1 lakh RPM, and the operating temperature it is around 1100 to 1260 degrees centigrade. So, for this reason, special metals and alloys have to be used for the various parts of the turbine. And one more thing is that it will make more noise, or high frequency noise from the compressor is a main problem. These are the performance terms that is used in the gas turbine cycle. One is pressure ratio, that is the ratio of highest to lowest pressure in the cycle. Now coming to the work ratio of net work output to the total work developed in the turbine. Air ratio, it is the kilogram of air entering the compressor inlet per unit of cycle net output. The unit is kilogram per kilowatt hour. Compression efficiency is the ratio of work needed for ideal air compressor through a given pressure range to work actually used by the compressor. Engine efficiency, it is the ratio of the work actually developed by the turbine expanding hot power gas through a given pressure range to that would be yielded for ideal expansion conditions. Now coming to the machine efficiency, it is a collective form of engine efficiency and compressor efficiency of turbine and compressor. Now we have two more efficiency, that is combustion efficiency and thermal efficiency. Thermal efficiency is most important. It is the percentage of total energy input appearing as net work output to the cycle. Now moving in detail to the constant pressure combustion gas turbine. This is the first classification, that is open cycle gas turbine. Now gas turbines usually operate in an open cycle. We can see in the figure here at point 1, air is taken into the compressor where it is compressed and then given to the combustion chamber through this line to this point, and in the combustion chamber we will be admitting some quantity of fuel and it will get ignited and hot gases are produced. Now from the combustion chamber the hot gases are given to the turbine, and this turbine will be giving some external work output which will be taken out. Then the hot gases after giving work, it will be exhausted through this point. Now since it is given to the atmosphere itself, it is an open cycle. Now coming to the PV and TS diagram, here we are representing an ideal cycle which is following a closed loop. So in the TS diagram we can see the first process, that is process 1 to 2, it is isentropic compression process. So there is no change in entropy here, and it will be represented as a vertical line in the TS diagram. Now the process 2 to 3, it is a constant pressure process. You can see here that is heat is added in this process. Now coming to the third process, that is 3 to 4, it is also a vertical line and it is also an isentropic process, and it is an expansion process also. Now coming to the fourth process, that is process 4 to 1, it is a constant pressure process and heat is rejected here. Now coming to the PV diagram, you can see the process 1 to 2, it is an isentropic process which is represented in a curve in the PV diagram. Again process 2 to 3 is constant pressure process where heat is added, and in process 3 to 4 it is again an isentropic process and which is expansion also. You can see the pressure is reduced from P3 to P4 and volume is increased from V3 to V4. Now the last process, that is process 4 to 1, it is a constant pressure process and heat is given out in this process. Now coming to the efficiency of Brayton cycle or the ideal gas power cycle, the efficiency of the cycle is given by the equation efficiency eta is equal to work net divided by heat supply. So the work net will be the difference between heat supplied and heat rejected. So we can write 1 minus QL by QH, and QL, that is heat rejected, will be equal to mCp into T4 minus T1. Since the heat is rejected during the process 4 to 1, we can write like this, and heat supplied, that is QH, will be mCp T3 minus T2 since the heat is supplied during that process 2 to 3. Now rearrange the equation, we will be getting 1 minus T1 by T2 into T4 by T1 minus 1 divided by T3 by T2 minus 1. And if we use the isentropic equation with the ideal gas law, we can see that the temperature and pressure ratio with respect to the adiabatic index K or gamma, T2 by T1 will be equal to P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 by gamma. So we can write T3 by T4 equal to P3 by P4 raised to gamma or K minus 1 by K. From this equation, T4 by T1 will be equal to T3 by T2. Substituting the relation in efficiency equation, will be getting the final equation as 1 minus T1 by T2 that is equal to 1 minus T4 by T3. If we define the pressure ratio as Rp or P2 by P1 or highest pressure P3 by P4, the efficiency equation will be like this: eta equal to 1 minus Rp raised to 1 minus gamma. Okay. Now coming to the actual cycle or actual gas power cycle, the processes are somewhat different. That is the process 1 to 2, that is ideal isentropic compression process, is replaced by an irreversible adiabatic compression process, which is represented in the TS diagram as 1 to 2 dash, and the process or heat addition process will be from 2 dash to 3. From 3 to 4 dash, it will be irreversible adiabatic process and it is expansion also. Then since it is an open cycle, the process ends at 4 dash. Now coming to the efficiency of actual gas power cycle or gas turbine cycle, the work input or the for the compressor, that is equal to Cp into T2 dash minus T1. Since heat is supplied during the process T2 dash to 3 in the combustion chamber, we can write heat supplied is equal to Cp into T3 minus T2 dash. Work output from the turbine will be Cp into T3 minus T4 dash, and net work output will be equal to work output minus work input. So efficiency thermal, that is equal to net work output divided by heat supplied. So we'll be getting the relation like this. And coming to the compressor isentropic efficiency, heater compressor is equal to work input required in isentropic compression divided by actual work required. That is Cp into T2 minus T1 divided by Cp into T2 dash minus T1. Cancelling the common terms, we'll be getting T2 minus T1 divided by T2 dash minus T1. Now coming to the turbine isentropic efficiency, heater turbine is equal to actual work output divided by isentropic work output, and the final relation will be T3 minus T4 divided by T3 minus T. These are the main questions that can be asked from this particular portion. Write down the classification of gas turbines, discuss the merits and demerits of gas turbine, differentiate between Brayton cycle and actual gas turbine cycle, derive the equation for efficiency of Brayton cycle, derive the equation for efficiency of actual gas turbine cycle.